But I think a good way to sum up the entirety of the show is people learning how to be with one another in modern society.
Hi, my name is Jane Hubbard.
Kat Carlson.
Dylan Forbes, and you're watching Behind the Scenes of Love and Information.
This show talks about how in an age where we have access to all the information we could ever want, how that changes how we interact with different people and different relationships.
The messages of how communication and love and information are so sprinkled throughout every part of our lives.
What it's like living with so much information at our fingertips and how it's affecting our humanity.
I think the show's about life now. We're in a fast pace and we have a constant steady stream of information and news. We live in the thick of a cyclone.
Well, the first half of the show has no order. So the first half of the show is entirely based on audience voting.
Every night we find out, probably 3 minutes before we start the show, exactly what it's going to be, because the audience who is in the room with us.
The audience gets to vote on what the first 21 scenes are of our show, and we take that order and we just run with it.
It's very different. It's a very different kind of show, so that rather than following a linear story from start to finish, you're really taking in the entirety of it.
As soon as they start to comprehend a scene and maybe get a little bit of the context and start rooting for characters, it cuts off and it moves to the next scene. And they don't have a lot of time to process that. You know, it's just going scene by scene by scene, and it'll be completely different.
50 scenes of over 100 different characters, and all done by 10 actors, so when we are constantly switching different characters.
A bunch of these skits are just like, have crossovers with so many things in life, even though they're very specific situations and context, like all the concepts cross over, and it's amazing.
Really, really strongly focused on skill of acting. Really, the rest of us are just here to get out of the way.
There's definitely a lot. I think one is that you never totally know what's going to happen. Definitely one of the most thrilling and fun aspects as well.
Also expect to sort of recognize some of the scenarios and also maybe be uncomfortable.
It really means something about right now to everyone.
See a lot of stuff that's going to be really hard, but also a lot of stuff that's going to be really beautiful.
They're going to see some things that, you know, may be normal in their lives and maybe that they've never experienced before. And I'm definitely excited to see the reactions of the audience for this show.